draft. We're not going to have a draft, period.
We got an issue in America. Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country. The good news is, and it's hard for some to see it now, that out of this chaos is going to come a fantastic Gulf Coast, like it was before. Out of the rubbles of Trent Lott's house, lost his entire house, there's going to be a fantastic house. Again, I want to thank you all and Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
God bless America.
Thank you for holding this awesome speech. Finally,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Such Good Food Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything in the world of goddamn wrestling today. You know, over that way.
I changed it up on you.
Yeah, we have good old Isaac.
Hey, everybody.
Shane is busy with his teeth hurting. And I'm
Yeah.
Dozer.
Yeah, we miss you, Shane.
But
We're drinking in your honor, and we're gonna have a good time tonight. We're gonna talk about some things. We weren't really gonna talk much about wrestling, but we're gonna kind of have to at this point, a little bit at least.
we absolutely have to. After this breaking news, hot off the presses, breaking news, from 6 days ago.
It's great to be alive. March the 12th, 2022. We're going to be back in the squared circle together as the Hardy Boyz, the best team that's ever lived on planet Earth. That's right. And it's either going to be the SATs or the Briscoes. We watched the Briscoes a couple times, and it didn't end well for them, but we beat them twice. Yeah, and I love the Briscoes, but I watched that video promo they did about us. It was very disrespectful. Incredibly and we disrespectful. Are very respectful. Jay, brother, I know a lot about rehabilitation, and you need some
I just
anger
like the image
man.
of a guy
You're
with
way
hoops
too
that
mean in
big
that.
wearing
You just come back down to earth and be peaceful.
a tie.
Mark, I love you like a brother as well, man, but
On
you
a
need
farm.
to go to the dentist.
You know what? And I have big money. I am willing to buy you.
I like the idea of seeing someone with those hoops fighting them boys.
Basically ran Ring of Honor out of business. I am willing to help. I'm a benevolent man.
That's right. And this tooth could go out at any time, but I would go fix my smile. I would find my smile because it's very important to be happy in life. And look, we're happy right now. We're still active farmers. Grew up farming tobacco. Yeah. Now we got cows, chickens, goats, buffalo. We got it all, man. And we got the pro wrestling business to support it.
Jesus Christ, dude. You kind of forgot how bad they are at cutting promos.
Or the SATs, it doesn't matter.
You see,
But
Briscoes.
I love the fact that they're trying so hard to be the Briscoes here.
But we're also both
It's
digits. Ask the Young Bucks about that.
Yeah, I don't.
Net worths.
Oh, damn, dude.
I saw that promo, Jay, over and over.
I used to love these guys.
Fuck the Hardys. Between the two of us, we've had 25 appearances in WrestleManias. How
Good
many
for
of
you.
know? Between the two of us, we have held every tag team championship there is in every major promotion. Have you?
Did Matt hold
As a
the
matter of
AEW
fact,
title?
because you
I
said,
don't remember
"Fuck
that.
the Hardys." I called Vince McMahon and I made sure you will never go to work there. And I
don't
also
think they
called
want to.
my dear personal friend Tony Khan and made sure you will never go to work there.
They
We're
may.
going to embarrass you so bad on
Oh,
March
yeah.
the 12th. Outside of Boston
It just may
Heights,
not be an
that you're going to
AEW.
be run out of the Indies for good. We're going to send you home, and you can stay on the farm. It's not fuck the Hardys. It's fuck the Briscoes.
Oh, yeah. Good luck, guys. Have fun with that one. I don't know, man. They're just so old, dude. They're so broken, and like
Not even getting broken. Literally just broken.
Yeah, And like credit to Matt, like Matt's done a better job than Jeff, obviously, at like maintaining like sort of a fresh gimmick and a fresh character. But like even that, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
The final deletion was like, I guess it was entertaining, but like it wasn't really like. There's just so much shit that I just didn't give a shit about.
No.
But Shane's quick to point out that I don't like wrestling, so
Well,
I'll
you
do it
know,
for him. But we do have big wrestling news, real big news.
Oh, who died?
No, Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor.
What? No, I did not hear that anywhere.
So
Nobody's actually been reporting this. What?
You heard it here.
Last.
Yeah, at some point, whenever you heard that, this is when you heard it here. Yeah, I mean, let's dive into that a little bit. What I mean,
well,
everyone's saying that this is like the biggest thing in professional wrestling, and I'm just curious: is it? What do you think? How big a deal is this?
Oh, it's probably.
Sound off in the comments.
I am going to get shit for this.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it's
Yeah,
probably
that's
more akin to WWE buying the AWA tape library. Like,
damn. Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Given what they want to do with it, make it more or less a developmental. And Ring of Honor, look, they had great wrestling. I am not coming down on their wrestling at all. But they've never really been able to build a good foothold. They always got, they got TV deals at 3 a.m. ECW managed to get better TV times than they can get.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and what was the thing that that Ring of Honor was always best at?
Wrestling.
But building talents, like right, and like getting talents, like helping them learn how to wrestle, right? And I think that's the thing is like you have this roster now that Tony's been built in. I think this is the one thing about all of this that like is a smart move.
But
I don't know if it's like as big a move as all that, but
here's the big question: we know Tony bought the assets of Ring of Honor. What people does that include? What higher ups does that include? Does that include the people who helped train this talent and figure out what needs to be done?
Yeah, I mean, what did he actually buy? You know, they say they bought the company, but I mean, sometimes that just means you literally buy the name, you buy the rights, and you buy the library, right?
Yeah,
and then everything else is gone.
The purchase of WCW was the wrestlers under contract and the rings and the trademarks. That was it. It did not include any TV time. Didn't include any executives.
Nope.
So it's what did he buy? And we don't know. It's going to be a little bit murky until we figure it out. And we also don't know if Turner has anything to say about this. Because if you remember, initially, the initial plan, according to this people, because I have no firsthand information, was that when Vince bought WCW, he wanted to continue Nitro. He wanted WCW Nitro to continue. But USA came in and went, no. So I don't know if Turner's going to say something along those lines. You want to be your own competition?
But is it? But are they? I mean, Ring of Honor is not competing with AEW, not directly.
Not directly, not yet. But it doesn't. It depends on what the plan was. What the plan is.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you? I mean, did you watch the announcement?
Yeah, I watched Herb Zabram Jr. up there give a crackhead speech.
He's very excitable.
He's very excitable, and there is a very firm reason they do not let him on TV much.
He's a weird-looking guy. Yes. He's got a very weird presence to him. I will say that I did like his level of excitement was kind of contagious. And he did have one moment in that promo that was very good. And that was after he said, he's like, I bought it, I signed the paperwork, and I bought Ring of Honor. Shane's not here. The Shane's not here comment was perfect. He's not coming.
That's WWE jab of the night.
What was the other one?
The other one comes from our boys at The Acclaimed. And it was something along the lines of your takes are worse than a Glenn Jacobs tweet. And I can't not laugh at that because his tweets have been shit lately.
That's right.
I don't like, of all the faces of Kane, politician Kane's my least favorite.
Of course, he's a fucking libertarian shithead. But what do you expect? Sound off in the comments, though. What do you guys think of this Ring of Honor acquisition? If you like what's happening with it, if you think it's one of the biggest moves in wrestling, I'm curious because I don't see it. I mean, I see the potential of it. I see it as being a very big moment, especially for Ring of Honor, right? Because who knows what the fuck would have happened had this not happened with those guys. But like other than that, like they're not getting any extra exposure from this.
No.
Like, there's no new eyeballs on your product because you bought this.
I believe because there's a second deal that this was initially reported to be the announcement last night, and it's still being reported that this is coming. This is a deal that's been signed. What up, motherfucker?
Hello, Mr. Crypto.
Deal's been signed, the paper's been inked, and it's that AEW has signed some contract with HBO Max to get them on the streaming service there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think more or less this Ring of Honor deal is just the key in that contract. To have the tape library, bolster the content they are adding to HBO.
So I mean, it's basically So it adds to their value as streaming content, which is really where money is these days. It adds to your ability to absorb more good free agent wrestlers and give them a place to get TV time and training and build up and pick and choose guys. But again, from a standpoint of like, does this bring any new eyes to the product? No, it doesn't. Does it fundamentally change the landscape of professional wrestling? I don't see it that way. I don't. I see AEW starting as a seismic shift, but I don't see this acquisition. I just see it as another baby step along the way. If there was like some sort of like legitimate like buyout or working partnership like with New Japan, like like they there was some merger there, like that would be seismic in my opinion. But yeah, I mean that's one of the biggest promotions on the planet, New Japan, right? Ring of Honor is not even the third largest in the US.
America,
Oh, and in North America, you have fucking AAA and fucking
Look, it's I hate to say because universally throughout basically both of their histories, because they started more or less alongside each other, so it's easy to compare Impact and TNA to Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Impact and TNA have had
way more success.
More people know what they are than Ring of Honor.
Way more success. I mean, if you're just looking at like financial success, TV time, like star power, pay-per-views, like any of the metrics that you would rate, like that kind of thing. Sure, like Ring of Honor has probably had a lot more like really interesting matches than TNA, but
birthplace of many great wrestlers. Yeah.
But you can say the same thing about TNA, and also with TNA is like it's.
You can say the same thing about OVW.
Like, I mean, fuck, dude, Samoan Joe, AJ Styles, and there's just a lot of guys that I mean, you know, and not to take anything away from Ring of Honor, because I do genuinely think that, like, this is awesome for them. It's great for their roster. It's great for people who are fans of Ring of Honor because, all right, it's the history plus video library. It gives a way to showcase other people that will, yeah, and that's the thing, is that's exactly it, right? So you can have those, like, you don't have to worry about like cannibalizing from your own product to build certain talents and get a name for yourself. And if you want to cross them over, you can.
So what I will say, and it's what, if we're going to do, if it's as a developmental, it's as a developmental. If I were to position these two companies, promotions, whatever we're going to call it, I would position AEW as the WWE competitor, because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I would position Ring of Honor going much harder into that sports-based wrestling they promised us. That sports-based presentation, because the code of honor, like, it's all built in there to be more actual sport-based.
So what do we see happening? I mean, do you think at Revolution or whatever there's going to be some sort of like seismic change in the way AEW is presented or anything like that? I keep saying seismic change, dude. I'm so fucking sorry. I'm sorry. I said seismic change like 3 times at least now.
So
Some sort of catastrophic anomaly that refaces the surface of the landscape of professional wrestling. Hi, Nat.
the big questions, I don't. It's hard because I have the Revolution card in front of me. There ain't no space on this card to fit bullshit.
Mm-hmm. No surprises. No room for surprises.
Yeah, there's no room. The surprise everybody's talking about, and they played who they played, and Cody's going to come out as the guy who runs Ring of Honor. Meltzer seems to be down on that thought, but Meltzer's wrong more than he's right half the time, so who fucking cares about him?
Oh yeah, I don't.
I don't either. But it's they could be playing 40 chess with the Cody shit. Who knows? That could have an impact.
Yeah. It's so hard because, like, I mean, like anything, like, okay, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, everyone's ready for the next news. Next big announcement. And I think this is one of the things that I think, I haven't heard anyone say this, and I might be the first person. I just thought of it right now, but I think one of the things that's going to hurt AEW in the long run is, like, they've really been reliant on surprise announcements and huge announcements and this and that. And there's going to come a point where you're not going to be able to, like, put that kind of, like, pressure onto like bringing someone new in, because there's, like, who is it going to be, or what's, like, the newest, like, huge signing, or fucking, oh, he bought this. Like, there's only so many things you can do like that.
Yeah. And crypto, I saw that report as well. Who the fuck knows? That's the big thing. No one knows. It's a business of carnies.
Yep.
We could all be being played right now for the fools we are.
Yes. Yeah, Tony.
The Hoots hardcore.
Tony Khan and Vince McMahon could secretly be working together.
And you know what?
Dun, dun, dun.
There is one advantage Tony Khan has. He can do shit like that.
He's a billionaire.
Well, he's a billionaire, and there's no shareholders, which means there's no shareholder reporting. With contracts and stuff like that, especially somebody who would be, what was his title? Executive. It was something executive vice president or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that actually, like, needs to be reported to shareholders, and doing it wrong can get you in trouble. Like, WWE has gotten in trouble for how they refer to Triple H, Stephanie, and whatnot, because they give them titles that aren't their actual corporate titles, and
It's great. So dumb. It's so dumb. It's such a dumb guy business move.
Like Stephanie, they've figured out a much better way around it because, chief brand officer. Yeah, okay, I get you don't want to parade that out. So principal owner, that works. But whatever they call Mr. Levesque, yeah, that's
the
not
executive vice president of talent relations.
That's not actually his title, though.
Yeah.
Like they call him like COO or something, which is not his job.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm curious to see how it plays out. I'm curious to see the direction they go with it. I hope they don't try and turn it into some sort of storyline about AEW versus Ring of Honor, because you can't do that. You just can't. Like, there's no way that works well for both companies in the end. One of them has to lose. And you look like shit when you lose.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm curious as to where this goes, but I also, it is exciting news to see something new, and see a change, see a power shift, and a dynamic change ahead of,
If anything,
WrestleMania season.
There's only one good thing that is going to come out of this, because apparently the Ring of Honor conversation, WWE was also in there. And I'd much rather watch the Ring of Honor tape library on HBO Max versus the Cock.
Yeah, dude, Peacock sucks, dude.
It does.
It does.
And, I pay for HBO Max basically so a bunch of people who don't live here can watch it at this point. So I'll be happy to have something I'm paying for other than John Oliver.
Yeah.
So I'll get my
There you go.
money's worth out of it. And maybe I could ditch my British subscription to AEW Plus.
Oh, shit, dude.
I probably won't because I enjoy not having commercials.
What do they broadcast on, like Sky One or something?
Yeah, I think Sky Sports, I think.
Okay, nice. That's what's up. So what else do you want to talk about tonight? We want to keep talking wrestling? What else is going on with wrestling? Is there any news? Did anybody die?
I was going to quickly, because I know you have no fucking clue.
Yeah, no, none whatsoever.
I was going to quickly run down the Revolution card here.
Sick.
If any of this tickles your fancy, gets you a little chub going, maybe makes you a little wet at the pants. I don't
See
know.
if I recognize any of the names.
So I'm going to quickly talk about the pre-show matches. They don't fucking matter because they're pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
But on the
So
pre-show,
there's a Cracker Barrel match.
no Cracker Barrel matches listed. We have Hook versus QT Marshall.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pre-show match? I thought Hook was like their big thing.
He's their big thing on Rampage.
Oh.
He's the big thing of their developmental. Like, he's big, but he's not big, and he's still green as shit.
Yeah. All right.
We've seen this, and we are excited, Crypto, of Effie versus Suzuki.
Really? Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, that could be a good match. But then we have Chris Statlander versus legit Layla Hirsch.
I know Statlander. I don't know what Layla Hirsch is.
Yeah, she's short, actual fighter type, like she was a lifter or something. Then we have Jade Cargill versus Tay Conte.
She's got a fat ass.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, Jade's going to win. They're not ending her streak yet. We have the AAFO, which is Andre Alidolo, Isaiah Cassidy, and Matt Hardy, taking on Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting.
No, that sounds awful. Like truly, truly awful. Matt Hardy versus Sting. Are you fucking kidding me? With
I
Darby Allin and who else?
Sammy Guevara and
Ugh.
Matt Hardy is teamed with Andrade and Isaiah Cassidy. So Isaiah Cassidy could be interesting because he's basically able to use Montez Ford. Like same gimmick and all. They do suck, and it's a terrible name.
What does it stand for?
Andrade Hardy Family Office.
Jesus, dude. All right. Yeah.
It's terrible. It's
And Shane wonders why I don't like fucking wrestling anymore.
okay. Then we have Jurassic Express
Oh my god.
as the champions, taking on Red Dragon and the Young Bucks. Red Dragon's undisputed era.
No, yeah.
Fish and O'Reilly.
Yeah, I figured that. But they're not gonna win, so it's gonna be dog shit. It's just gonna be like Super Kick City.
Yeah, the Bucks and the Red Dragon are going to fuck each other over, and Jurassic Express is going to win. You have
Ugh. Oh god, dude, this does not sound good. This does not sound good at all so far.
picks up here.
So this is like an opposite of a WCW pay per view.
Yes. We're picking up here because we're going to have. Should I do the Dapper Yapper?
Yes.
John Moxley
All right.
taking on Bryan Danielson.
All right. Cool.
There will be blood.
Is that there will be blood match?
No. But
Hmm.
if we're going to team together, first we got to bleed together.
Hell yeah. All right.
Then we got Chris Jericho and his fresh ab implants taking on Eddie Kingston.
Oh.
It has potential. Eddie's money.
Yeah. Jericho's old. But okay. All right. So you got a little bit of like a breather match after a banger.
Well, we don't know if this will be the order, so. Okay, so I'm ready. Everybody watch Isaac's face here because we're going to have in the face of the Revolution ladder match, aka Money in the Bank. We're going to have Keith Lee versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus Wardlow versus Christian Cage or Ethan Page, depending on Rampage results, versus Orange Cassidy.
Boy, that's underwhelming.
Then we have Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, taking on Thunder Rosa.
All right. Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be a good match.
Then we have in a dog collar match,
Oh no.
CM Punk versus MJF.
A dog collar match?
A dog collar match.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, why would I kid?
I did. Why a dog collar match?
Why not?
Because it's a shitty stipulation. Hopefully, it's not a. Oh god, if it's a touch the post kind of match.
No. AEW's done a couple dog collar matches and they're all pinned to win.
So dumb.
And then finally, because there's a lot of fucking matches on this card. You can read Crypto's response.
Is that for CM Punk in a dog collar match?
That's my assumption. We're going to have Hangman Adam Page taking on Adam Cole. Baby.
Okay. That's the main event.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, there's a couple good matches on there. 4 or 5 out of the 35 on there.
does feel like a WCW pay-per-view with that match.
It's just like, yeah, why, guys? Yeah, no, I've been for a long time. I mean, I don't know, man. I like what I like, and I dislike what I dislike, and that's who I am. And Whatever.
It's gonna
What
be.
I
It's gonna
what
be.
I like is things that aren't professional or wrestling, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited for Moxley Danielson, Punk MJF, Adam Cole, and Page.
Yeah.
I-
I'm not looking forward to a dog collar match, but actually I'm not looking forward to that match, but the build up to it and from everything I've seen has been awesome.
I think the three-way tag match might be surprisingly good.
Yeah.
I think.
If you like super kicks.
Well, yeah, I think the 6-man tornado tag match will be shit.
Mm-hmm.
Face of the Revolution ladder match, they can go either way. It all depends how stupid people want to be.
I think Thunder Rosa and Britt's going to be good.
Well, yeah, it's got Thunder Rosa.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what's in the WrestleMania cards? Not that much better. Well, there's a lot of them floating around.
All the part-timers.
All the part-timers. Goldberg versus Lesnar for the 8th time.
Goldberg. We haven't had a Goldberg edition yet.
Yeah. No, hopefully his contract is done, but that doesn't mean shit with them.
Yeah, so.
Like, you want $5 million for 4 minutes of work?
Why are they having him work that long?
Yeah. Well, he has to come from the back. Remember, it's like 2.5 minutes of walking to the ring.
Yeah.
Well, did I tell you about our buddy Mr. Moore? No, that's probably too much of his name. We'll call him Chris M.
PM Pittsburgh.
No, Ohio or something like that. No, where is he from?
Western Pennsylvania, a little north of Pittsburgh.
There you go. Is he Pennsylvania? No shit. He's a
Yinzer.
He's a Yinzer. Anyway, so Mr. Moore, I mean Chris M. he was one of Goldberg's bodyguards at like one of the Monday Night Raws in it was like 1997, I think. Which is
okay, so part of your thing is factually inaccurate. Because 97 and Goldberg was on Raw?
Yeah, Nitro. Whatever. Nitro, yeah.
96, 97, 96, there was no Goldberg.
90, no, it was like late 97. I think it was late 97. He was on Nitro.
One of the first times we saw the Berg.
It was fairly early on, yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Pretty bad. I've seen the video from it. I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh goddamn! Look at that! He looks good. He looks good." I still think he looks better as Santa Claus, but
that's true.
What are you gonna do?
So, yeah, I think this concludes the wrestling portion of our show.
Sweet, that's pretty dope. What are we gonna talk about now? What do you want to talk about?
Have you watched any of the build-up for the new Doctor Strange movie?
I just watched one of the trailers for it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like
a lot of
Benedict.
fun shit's going to be in that.
Maybe I'll take some acid and go watch it in theaters.
I think acid's the way to do it if you're going to go to the theater.
I did that with Endgame.
Oh, this will be way better.
Or is that the last one?
No, like 3 that came out over the pandemic. I don't remember because
I'm talking about like the phase 1 or whatever.
Yeah, Endgame phase 3
or whatever it was. The one where they reverse the snap.
Yeah, Endgame.
Yeah, wouldn't watch that one in theaters on acid. That was a lot of fun, dude.
And
that time machine, holy shit. And then after I went and fucking took a piss at my buddy's house, and he had this fucking like floral wallpaper in his bathroom, and I was just not paying attention. I was lucky I peed in the toilet at all, and I was staring at his wallpaper. And then I was like, shit, I better go home and get in bed with my wife and kid when I was still married.
Well, you know, if you are going to go have acid, like
Every night,
this movie will be it.
I dream the
It
same.
looks good. It looks like fun, man.
It's going to be insane. You don't know who you're going to see. The big question, given that it's directed by Sam Raimi,
The nightmare begins.
who is Bruce Campbell in this movie?
I did what I had to do
I mean, wasn't
to protect our world.
was Evil Dead a comic book?
Everything strange.
Yes and no, but most importantly, Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Sorry, Ash vs. Marvel Zombies was a comic book, and Marvel Zombies will be in this movie.
Wanda,
So will we get Ashley?
Viz had his
I
theories.
hope.
He believed
Huh.
it was dangerous.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
he was right.
Say hello to my boomstick. I like that shit, man.
Is my boomstick.
God, dude, I remember watching fucking Army of Darkness when I was a kid and just being like, "This is the greatest movie ever."
Oh
man.
God, it was
And I tried watching it recently, and I could not even get like 30 minutes in. I was like, "This is so bad."
yeah. So we're going to get X-Men in this movie. We're probably going to get some Deadpool action going against Ryan Reynolds.
It's so weird once you start like really crossing all like the superheroes together, because like it really is like.
I do it.
It-
How are these guys not like bumping into each other more often in these if they're all in the same universe? Was that Jean?
Doesn't seem fair.
no, that is Scarlet Witch.
Oh, I thought I saw Jean.
No, the closest we get to seeing an X-Men in the trailer is probably Picard. Not
Gotcha.
Picard. God fucking damn it.
Jean-Luc, yeah.
No, seriously, I can't remember his actual name.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, I am
My
just so
man.
fucking stuck on.
My man. Love that shit.
Alright.
TNG, man. One of my favorite shows, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see what other movies are coming out. You know, a movie I'm really excited about, honestly, and I think it just came out, is Studio 666.
Yes, I believe that came out last Friday.
I have got to see that. And then the other movie that I'm really looking forward to is Mr. Pattinson as the Batman.
I'm Batman.
I was getting into it with my fucking retarded coworker, and I'll burn my one for the day for that, Jerry. Anyway, so he was trying to tell me, he was like, "Oh, Robert Pattinson sucks, dude. I don't like Robert Pattinson. He sucks." And I'm like, dude, like, granted, like, yes, the Twilight movies sucked. That's not his fault. Like, they were shitty movies, despite him being him. And if you're like willing to like watch a movie that's like not fucking Marvel, like if you watch have you seen The Lighthouse with him and William Dafoe?
No, you've told us about it before. I have not seen it.
Dude, I tell you what, man. Fucking, it's one of those movies that like it's so fucking haunting, but like William Pattinson in it, you're just like, or Robert Pattinson in it, you're just like, yeah, this dude is fucking one of the best fucking actors on the planet. Like, it's unbelievable how good the fucking movie is, how good he is in it, and it's really about fucking. It's two guys, like the whole movie. Like there's no other actors. It's just Robert Pattinson and William Dafoe.
To be fair, Ethan, Isaac brought the sparkly vampires into this shit.
What's a timberman want with being a wiki?
But it's
Just looking to earn a living, just like any man. Starting new.
On the run.
it's so simple, but it's literally just these two
Secrets, are ye?
for the whole movie.
No, sir.
God damn it, if it isn't
Watch
fucking
us
brilliant.
spill your beans.
You never fully know what's real. Yeah.
Watch us spill your beans.
Who doesn't love Blue?
Watch us spill your beans.
There comes a point where they're like drinking the kerosene because they're out of gin and rum.
How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me to recollect.
Good movie. Fucking really good movie. Definitely worth checking out. Highly recommend. And yeah, dude, Robert Pattinson as the Batman is going to be dope. It's going to be super dope.
I don't really need to see another Batman, and that's the issue. I'm kind of just burnt out on Batman. I don't doubt it'll be a good movie. I just don't want to see another Batman. How many times can we kill his goddamn parents? They're dead. We get it.
I love Batman. I want to see every incarnation of that. You know what I really want to see though is somebody to make a movie of Red Sun, the Superman comic book. You know about Red Sun? Have you ever heard of this?
No.
It was a Superman comic book that was written, and like basically the whole concept is like, what if the timing was like different by like a couple minutes, and Superman landed in Soviet Russia instead of the U.S.
In Soviet Russia.
Yeah, so it's like you have like him being like a Russian like Soviet superpower weapon, and like the whole dynamic of the world different. It's a very cool fucking take on Superman, and it would make a great movie. Kind of like, because you could do it the same way you do like the Into the Spider-Verse shit. Oh, spilled the beans. I fucking love Bluey so much, dude. I love Bluey. Bluey is like, I find myself wanting to just put on Bluey just to watch some Bluey.
Hey, Ethan. The new Spider-Man movies haven't managed to kill Uncle Ben. He's just dead already.
They didn't, and the Into the Spider-Verse, because it's a Miles Morales story, we didn't have to deal with that bullshit.
And the new trilogy, they didn't kill him either. So, hey, we're getting better. Now can Batman get better?
Whatever, dude. The three of them were good, man. Actually, there were what? 1, 2, 3. The first 3 movies were good. You had Batman and then Batman Returns. Both the Tim Burton ones, classics. Then you had, Joel Schumacher come in and direct the fucking third one, which was like super campy but really good. Then you had Batman and Robin, which was Batman and Robin, and that was
The freeze puns.
Freeze. I'm here to put you on the ice.
So,
I'm gonna put all of Gotham on the ice.
So one of my favorite things that came out of Batman and Robin is Six Flags Great Adventure. Shout out.
Shout out to Six Flags.
They built the Batman and Robin coaster, and this coaster was a dual launch coaster. They were supposed to launch at the same time. You're supposed to get these great effects. Except there was one problem. If you launched both coasters at the same time, it overloaded the circuits and shut down power to the whole park.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's amazing.
So they were never able to do that. Yes, it's in the armpit.
In the armpit. All right. Yeah, man. I've never been into the theme parks. I know you're a big park guy, especially one in particular, but I've never been on a roller coaster in my life. I've never been on, because like I try and go on rides and I'm so tall it hurts my neck.
Yes, it was a linear induction coaster.
Oh, linear induction. That sounds sexy.
I rode it too. It was shit. It really hurt you. Like, it hurt you. Isaac might be the only person that could get off that ride without being injured.
Oh yeah, because of my big dick or what?
No, because you're tall. So for me, the shoulder harness here and your head just bang between it hurt the shit out of your ears, and they had a serious problem of people's ears bleeding on it.
That sounds terrible, dude. Yeah, I don't.
The best part. So they dismantled that coaster and they shipped it. A park in Brazil bought it and they shipped it there. In shipping containers since because the blueprints were lost.
That's funny. Same thing with the original space shuttles. They don't know how they built those. They have no idea. They can't recreate the technology that they built. Like they built the original space shuttles that went to the moon. They have no idea how they did it because it was like they destroyed the documents after because they didn't want Russia getting their hands on them, and they're just like, yeah, we'll just recreate it later. We know how to do this. Today they're like, yeah, we have no idea. We have no fucking idea how we did that.
That is a very good question that I will have to ask my cousin on, who is currently building the new lunar lander. So
yeah, it'd be like, dude, so what's the deal with the original space shuttles that they went to the moon on? Like, how is it we can't recreate that technology?
they're not shuttles; they were rockets.
They were rockets.
They were one-time use vehicles. The shuttle was multi-use.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, the shuttle was the one that looked like a space dildo.
I hope Batman doesn't sparkle, but I hope they give him a nipple suit again.
Do you remember that movie, Donnie Darko?
Yes.
So do you remember the name of there's like the dance troupe for his little sister? Remember what the name of that was? Sparkle Motion. And there's like a great line in that movie where like one of like the other moms is yelling at Donnie's mom because she doesn't want to do something. She's like, I am seriously starting to doubt your commitment to Sparkle Motion.
You know, it's been so long since I saw that movie because I watched it because, you know, I was a kid without a clique and I just kind of floated between cliques. And at the time I was in the clique of the weird goth kids.
Movie was great.
I'm not a movie person too much. I did just watch Afterlife, though, and that is legitimately one of the best movies I've seen.
Who's in Afterlife? What's that?
Ghostbusters 3.
Oh, okay, yes. Ghostbusters 3. I was like, that sounds familiar. That sounds like a familiar... It was fun. It was a fun movie.
My
Bill
favorite...
Murray, great. Podcast was great. Terrible name, great.
They have... It has its own Tropic Thunder moment because they have a dead guy playing a dead guy playing a dead guy.
Yeah. And then you have
Ivan Reitman playing Harold who is playing Egon, who is played by Harold Ramis, who is already a ghost in this movie. Like,
layers
going on.
And then the girl, like, I mean, I thought the casting and like the character building, like you had like the Egon character and his granddaughter. Podcast was obviously the fucking, I mean, and talk about nailing Dan Aykroyd's, like, the essence of Dan Aykroyd. That kid nailed it. Like, you were like, holy shit, this is a little tiny Dan Aykroyd.
So,
like, holy fuck, was he good at that? I guess what's her name? Like the fucking cute black chick was fucking very much Bill Murray. And then that was sort of it. That was like the end of like trying to like fill the role of that dynamic. And then the random kid from Stranger Things.
The older brother was clearly Winston.
What? Because he didn't matter?
Yeah. Hey,
that kid. I'm sorry, dude. That fucking Stranger Things kid is fucking annoying. He was the one thing about that I didn't like. I wasn't crazy about the mini marshmallows because it's like it didn't make a lot of sense. It was obviously just like, hey, look, that
was the most pander.
Yeah. It was, but at the same time, like, it was fine. You know, I wish they hadn't made them so important. Like, if it had just been the scene in the Walmart or whatever. Yeah. Like, I would have been like, all right, whatever. That's like kind of funny. But like when it became like crucial to the plot later on, it was kind of like, all right, this is fucking dumb. But you know, for what it was, you know what? Tip of the hat. They had real monsters. They didn't do CG for everything. They had some fucking real creatures. They look good. It was fun. Paul Rudd is fucking funny. He was great in it.
And you know what? I completely lost where I was going. So continue.
Their mom was fucking awful. She was a fucking terrible cunt of a mom. You know what? Let's talk about parenting and guardianship in movies.
I do have one more thing to say before we get onto that riveting topic right there.
Yeah, because we're about to get into Lilo and Stitch.
Have you watched the Mighty Ducks reboot on Disney Plus?
No, I can barely remember the original one except for like fly ducks fly and then they do an illegal formation.
That's about all you need to know about the damn movie. But basically it comes back and podcast is basically in that as well as just this nerdy kid who hosts a podcast. And like this is a new trope. The young nerdy kid who hosts a podcast, say the two nerdy dudes hosting a podcast.
Well, I love that, like, when they're, I love, like, one of my favorite parts is like, when she asks him if she can listen to it, he hands her a fucking thumb drive with it, and it's like, that's not a podcast. That's a thumb drive of recordings. A podcast is broadcasted somewhere.
Yeah, even if only 4 people are watching it.
Yeah, imagine. Actually, look at that. Hey guys, if you want to see my nipples, sound off in the comments.
No. And that concludes Isaac's portion of the tonight's podcast.
Yeah, but going back, Lilo and Stitch, I love that movie. Okay, let me clarify and start by saying this might be one of my, if it's not my favorite, it's probably my second favorite Disney movie. Like just straight Disney movie. I think my favorite is probably Return to Oz, but then Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is a great movie. But the first time I watched that, I was like, how is this bitch have fucking custody of her sister? Like everything she does throughout the whole movie. There's never a single decision that she makes where you're like, now that was a good decision as a parent or as a guardian. Like they should have taken that girl away from her for sure.
I have something that needs to be stated right here, right now. It is very important. Aaron, Danhausen can 100% officiate your wedding.
What? Wait, really? He'll do that?
No. We got a text from Aaron saying to tell Shane that Danhausen cannot officiate their wedding.
Oh. Return to Oz is a great movie. It's fucking dark as hell. You got the Wheelers. The Wheelers are terrifying. You had Princess Mamba, who's like got like 100-something heads in glass cases in her fucking mansion or in her palace, and she puts like different heads on depending on her mood. Like she literally just went around Oz and cut off the heads of all the women in Oz, and she wears them depending on her mood. Yeah, dude. Everyone in Oz is turned to stone. The Gnome King has stolen all the emeralds from the Emerald City. Yeah, dude, it's just dark. The movie literally starts. Okay, the movie starts. Her uncle, like Dorothy's uncle, is like pretending like he's got PTSD from the tornado, so he just sits on the porch and won't finish building the house. Dorothy can't sleep without having nightmares about Oz. So Auntie M, the first thing she does is bring her into the city to a mental institute to get Dorothy electroshock therapy. It's so fucking twisted, dude. It's awesome though. It's really good. But yeah, it's not a movie for kids. It's still, I am traumatized by fucking that movie. But it was a lot of fun. It was crazy. It was legitimately crazy. The Wheelers, which were just these crazy people who had wheels for feet and hands, and they wheeled around and went, I'm gonna eat you. Ah! It was terrifying, fucking terrifying. They had Faruka Balk or something, I think her name was, playing Dorothy. She's one of the girls from, I think, The Craft. Oh, okay, here you go. You remember the Water Boy?
Yes.
Vicky Valentine,
Oh, okay.
the Devil Girl. She played Dorothy, but she was like literally like 8, 9 years old. So it was like accurate to like the books. And yeah, dude, crazy shit. Crazy ass shit. Well, what do you got? You got something lined up? Pull it up. Yeah. Pull this up. This is good shit, dude.
Hey, if we're gonna scare people, we may as well scare our
Yeah,
audience.
put it on. Put it on. Let's put it on. We got another 5 minutes to burn.
How available.
It's true. Oh yeah, her chicken. Talking chicken.
This is how I got to Oz the first time. Looks like it was a rough trip.
Oh, you didn't know she was Vicky Valentine, Crypto? Crypto didn't know she was Vicky Valentine, I don't think. There you go.
Elena, this used to be my bedroom. And there was the kitchen.
I am not on enough drugs for this to make sense already.
She returned to Oz, and that was her house that landed on the witch.
Oh. But where's the yellow brick road?
Where are all the munchkins?
Hmm?
What are you on about, my dear?
Yeah, she's got a talking chicken. That's the yellow brick road.
How younger than when she was first there.
Well, that's the thing, is it's based off the book, because Warner Brothers owned the rights to the first one, and Disney got the rights to this one. So this is a sequel to the books, and not the Warner Brothers movie.
You don't understand. This was the yellow brick road. Oh. It leads to the Emerald City.
It's a chicken.
Yeah, that's her chicken. It's her talking chicken now.
Clearly, she grew up to be the mayor in Paw Patrol.
Yeah, and the Gnome King has rock spies everywhere. Oh god, dude. See? This is a kids movie. It's already scary. God, dude.
Was that little bit supposed to sell me on this movie?
That's like the beginning. Yeah, I guess I've never seen that. That's but yeah, I guess it's supposed to make you say, what happened to Oz? But yeah, all the emerald, the yellow brick road is destroyed. Everyone in Oz is turned to stone. All the women have their heads cut off. It's fucking dope, dude. It's so dope.
Ooh, Deb from Napoleon Dynamite is the girl from Waterworld.
The little one? The one that fucking that fish man was banging?
It beats the shit out of me. It's been years since I've seen Waterworld. Waterworld. Terrible movie. Great theme park show.
You know, there was some stuff about that movie that was fun though. Like, there's some pretty cool action on jet skis. If you like jet skis, if you're a jet ski guy, you know,
You should watch Tiger King.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, that is the best moment. This is just Fat Man riding the jet ski.
Yes.
So good.
We didn't he needs a whole jet ski sequel.
Oh my god, just Jet Ski the movie. Yes, Ethan, Disney Plus does have Return to Oz on it. And it is definitely a must watch.
I don't know.
Just don't let the kids watch it, but
I'm not positive it does. Hold on.
I know I've watched it on there.
Hold on, I'm in Arabella's profile.
Yeah, I've watched it on Disney Plus for sure. Return to Oz.
Hold on. Let me go to not the kid's profile. Maybe I'll find it then.
You will. You absolutely will. Yeah, it's a good one, man. The guy who directed it was the editor for I think like Francis Ford Coppola, and for who was it who directed Apocalypse Now? Fuck.
I should know, but I don't.
I feel like it's Oliver Stone or something.
Oliver Stone?
I don't think it is now that I said it. Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now. Yeah. It was the video editor for that. Maybe it was Coppola. Yeah, well, okay, it's produced by Francis Ford Coppola. That's why. So yeah, he did like the and he directed it too. So yeah, he did like all the video editing for that, and like maybe something else, like some other movie that's just like very serious and like dark as shit. And somehow they convinced Disney to hire this guy. It was the first movie he ever directed was fucking Return to Oz, and they just hired him. They're like, okay, if Francis Ford Coppola says we have to do it, and we did. They did, and they were hands off. And then when they got the product, they were so pissed. They were so fucking pissed, dude, because they wanted like a fucking Wizard of Oz movie, and they got like a Frank L. Baum Wizard of Oz, like a true to the stories kind of book, because the stories were dark as shit, dude. The books were dark. Like really fucking dark. There's a lot of like
they're all an allegory for leaving the gold standard, and it's weird shit.
It's very weird shit. But yeah, it's
one more thing before we sign off tonight.
Yeah.
We have Vicky Valentine was also Mercedes Cortez in Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
No shit. Yeah, she was in The Craft, I think the movie was. Is it The Craft?
She was at least in the Craft sequel. I didn't look for the original.
Yeah, she was in the original one too. She's hot, dude. Vicky, she's hot, dude.
I don't know. The picture they have of her, she has a very her smile's like half her face.
She got big brows too. She had some bushy brows, as I recall.
She's rocking the Tony Khan.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about that though. There's something about that makes me wanna move. They have sex with her in cold weather.
So you know what? Over that way, we have good old Isaac.
It's really been a lot of fun, Dozer, catching up, just shooting the shit.
Shooting the shit, doing what we do. And
Yeah.
I'm Dozer, and until next week, we're such good shooters.
Oh, and before we go, to our good friend of the pod, Dennis Day Jr., DDJ, what do you say, DDJ? Quick, speedy recovery. I know you just got out of surgery yesterday, and I know it was a rough night, but we love you, we miss you, and we can't wait till you're well enough to get your ass down the stairs again and back on the podcast. And then also to Aaron, we love you so much. Not you, Crypto. We call you Crypto. I mean, we love you, but this is a different kind of love. Sending all our support and love. Also, Shane, we miss you. We love you.
Come back.
And we know you're not watching this shit. So anyway, yeah. Until then, keep the dream alive.